Welcome back to Beyond the Horizon and another leaderboard match between two players. Obviously two players because it's two players, but never mind. It was going well until I decided to do it that way. And we have Icarus in blue and we have Threx in red. And let's meet the commanders, shall we? Let's see how they're decided to build themselves. So he's a 2 Cortex, I think, as far as I can tell. So, and our red is another Cortex. Yes, I thought he was Cortex as well. So there's no advantage and no disadvantage. I always think on a 1v1, I still think the Cortex has slightly more an advantage over the Armada. So this will be a good. See who's going to get. I'm just scrolling out to see who gets the first units out and see how they're going to go. Are they going to go direct or are they going to swing around? You know, this is how these pros do it. They know this very well. He's obviously got the 3 metal. Now he's gone for 3. Now he's going back again. I tend to go for the 6 over the 6 straight away, and then I don't obviously, you know, do that wrong. But everybody's to their own. Pro Icarus is relatively doing. They're all relatively doing the same. So he's moving his con. He's decided to go around this way. Oh yes, it will go in there. I thought that was what for some reason. I don't know why. Eyes and everything. Grunts are just. I assume the grunts are just going to stop anything, or he's probably using the grunts, let's say here, to see where everything is. In that sense, they're both doing the bot labs, so there's no obviously rush out with any form of rascal or anything. So that'll be a bit slower. Just a normal push actually. I thought they would have done a different path, but apparently not so in this match. It's a nice bit of wind, and obviously we're at full wind anyway, so it's gonna generate more than the solar. Threx has got a lot more wind than Icarus has. But apart from that, it's relatively even. Just pushing the grunts back. More beats less. So there's these 2 that have been taking some damage. So yeah, I think he was trying to bait him to keep coming, and then maybe push these the other way, if you like. But Icarus wasn't having any of that. So there's no real advantage so far. We've got a little grunt on the back here that's not been seen yet. Yeah, that's all obviously. Let's see what they can actually see. I don't think he can see this. No, he can see it on the map. So that he has got radar. So, yeah, he's got the radar at the bottom here. So he sees it now. So I don't think this will do anything. For sure. I thought it might have done, but because he can obviously see it, it's. I think, you know, when you're coming in like that, you want to. The commander can't. Otherwise, he's going to degun. So you don't want to do that. Not the first time I've done that, for sure. Or degunned your own bot lab or something like that. That's an absolute nightmare. Now, I'm wondering if here they're going to change to something else, but not at the moment. Nobody's seen the base, so they don't know whether there's any air or any protection of air. We have seen that before in a place where they've started to, let's say, have bots or vehicles, and then they've quickly changed the air and absolutely obliterated the other person. It's a nice play. There's definitely more grunts pushing in. It's only a grunt push at the moment for all of them. That's 10v9. I'm sure there's a way that you can count and press the button for an individual, because if I double click and select all of them, I don't want that. I just want that for that team or that player. I think they're just filling the water here. I don't think this is trying to be an ending push, because a lot of his units are unfortunately, you know, on the last legs. He's got no grave robbers out or anything like that. He's just building himself up, actually. Nothing. Oh, he's got one grave robber, which I think is yes. I thought he might be pushing something there, but obviously, you know. I think he's decided to give up the because that's 11. The thing is Icarus has got the advantage because obviously he's leaving a lot of metal. Oh, there's a nice push at the top. Sorry, missed that one. The front door. So he's going to have to be careful because the problem is if he loses these, that's going to leave the front door open for Icarus to rush down. That's probably what he's waiting for, to be honest. Icarus is actually pushing up a quite considerable amount instead of, you know, getting all the metal and things like that compared to Threx. If we look down here, he's getting it down here. So I suppose it is relatively, though, but Blue has got a little bit more. Like I said, there's no advantage. That's 8v12, but a lot of these, I see. Now he's getting he's eating this up. The reason why you eat this up is you do not want to give this to, especially in a duo, 1v1 if you like. Ooh, that grave robber's going to get taken out. That should not be there. That should have been. That's a mistake as far as I'm concerned. See, now he's going to have the problem. He's got no grave robber to re-res these back up again. And obviously, here we see here, Icarus is re-resing them, or he's just eating them up. It's a decision to whether eat them up or re-res them again. I think in a lot of respects, eating them up is the better solution because it's technically cheaper in a way. Especially if you've only got grave robber. Like you see here, we've got 3 here. It's better to actually re-res them back up because it's faster. But with the 1, it's debatable whether it is. There's a lot of metal here that could be eaten up as well. That obviously Threx has given him. We're only this is surprising only on a grunt so far. Nothing you know substantial. Nothing even larger than that. Nicely taken out the radar, so you can't really see what's going on. Yeah, so this looks like, as I said, no. So this is a definite change. We go into our to the vehicles, like I was saying before, where we were gonna. I thought it might have been air, but it's a vehicle. We've only got the incisors anyway, so that's the lowest form of the, you know, the hitting unit, if you like. So the Rascal obviously is just a scout unit. It's a fast scout unit. The grunts will not catch it, but getting close like that, and they'll just absolutely obliterate it like that. He knew they were there, so I don't understand why he put that, unless he's just putting it into the centre and leaving them there. Yeah, it looks like that's what the case. Now Icarus is pushing back. He knows now vehicles are on the plate. It looks like a D-gun there has happened. Oh, I'm missing everything here. Apologies. A little bit of grunt spam here. Are they gonna? I mean, they won't take on the commander. There's no way. The commander will just take them down. But he's obviously going to eat up. I would have thought that it would have been better to get this first before you want to do anything like that. But apparently not. Another little push is trying to happen here. I think these will probably be. It's got more DPS and things like that as the pursuer. So you know that's why he's moving back. He's not going to take on. He's not going to take him on the incisors at all. He's going to need something else substantial. You could get a thug, but the trouble is the thugs are slow. So he's going for vehicles himself. So he's decided that. There we go. So the pounder. I think this is where the Cortex shines on for the T1 when they get the pounder in. The only sort of one you could, if you run them out of the one, the Centurion will do pretty well against it. If you want to try that, but again, the Rocketeer is my preferred one to try and have it as long as you can kite between them. The Shuriken will definitely disable all this chaff here. Yeah, I'm going to say that'll push him back because he has no air. He's got no air protection whatsoever. So this will do a nice little damage. He's got the exploiter on here. So that's the higher one of the metal extractor for Cortex. Cortex is the only one that has that. The Amanda doesn't have that. It costs more to build, but obviously it can fire as well. So, you know, it's like having a light laser a sentry there. Or the equivalent, obviously, in the Cortex. I think Threx is pushing this too. I don't think he should have pushed this far. I think he should have backed up. I think now Icarus is now starting to build his army way too much compared to. There's no way these incisors will ever take on that. Fortunately, they just outrun the. Just outrun them. The Pounder's coming into view now. This is a swarming unit, so anything like. They're both doing the same. Obviously, he's not doing any form of... I don't know why my cursor's going funny. It feels a bit weird on this game. But anyway, he's got no grunts going or no thugs or anything like that. So that's what the Pounder's really for, to take out them. Pounder, Pounder, it'll just be, it is a good unit to take out, obviously, other things. But it's mainly a swarming unit for swarms. Which is obviously the pawns and things like that if you were against the Armada, the grunt and the thug so much as well. The thug will take a little bit more, a little bit more fighting, but not too much more. We're just going for a brute, so the brute and the scout on the Armada are the same. I'm just trying to, because obviously if you play more one or the other, or you don't know the units really often. And they're very similar. As you can see, against the Pounder, the Brute does pretty well, to be honest. But you still need a good decent... That's a good jump as well. That's a nice jump on the things. I am curious, though, why the Shuriken are not doing that much more. Now, whether this is the right way of doing it, just... Trying to just push yourself through. It's like trying to need a hit in a haystack. Well, we'll just push them through and see how we go. Now, obviously, the Pounder... That's what I mean. See what I mean? The Pounder absolutely obliterates units. If that was 10 of them all next to each other, they'd get absolutely destroyed. Pounder against Pounder, it's more being less. It's just the same. But the Brutes are doing pretty well against the Pounder, I must admit. It's taken a bit longer, but it's certainly taking them down. Now, hopefully, that's what I say. Yeah, the Grave Robber is coming out for Threx as well. So, but I still feel as if Icarus is definitely in the lead. I don't tend to look at these because it can be changed within a heartbeat. It's to do with what's your units like and how tough they are and what sort of left. Now he is pushing really quite nicely down here. If you can get into this back line here, somewhere here, and take out any of this, because there's no static defense whatsoever. You do find the pros don't tend to do any static defense on their whole bases. I mean, this is just like a metal fest of everything. All the Grave Robbers of Threx, I think, went again. Oh no, he's got a few more here, so he is building up. He's going to have to be careful. You do not want to lose them. They're your lifeline to either re-res something or, get things going again. He definitely needs something more powerful than this, but he just cannot get going. 3 to 1. I don't know what Icarus is doing either. He's still building both, actually. To be honest with you, he's just doing brutes. So he's given up on the Pounder for sure. And it is a more expensive. If we look, it's a more expensive unit to produce. Not by much, I mean, there's only that, a couple of hundred, only 5 in metal, so it's I'm quite surprised they're that close in the two. But he is getting closer and closer, and obviously Vex is definitely losing this battle here. I'm quite... Oh! There's a... my apologies, there's a push at the bottom as well. He's all over the place. Absolutely all over the place.
Commander,
anyway, there we go. GG. It was inevitable that he was going to win that. He did really well there. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. We will see you in the next leaderboard match. Take care. Bye for now.